Hello, this video is about multiple meaning words and helping children to identify them and helping them to understand all of the meanings of words that commonly occur in English that they might see in text, they might hear in conversation, or they might hear in things like jokes, because a lot of jokes play on the multiple meanings of words. For example, why do you take the dog to the train station? To train it. So you've got the train as in the transport and you've got train as in the verb, and you need to understand both of them to find the joke funny, otherwise it's a bit strange. So when we approach a word with multiple meaning that we hear and we only know one meaning of it, so for example, say I only knew chest as a treasure chest, an object, a box that holds treasure, and someone said to me, my chest hurts, I can use my knowledge of treasure chests and my knowledge of the other words like hurts to try and figure out what's going on. So I know that an object can't hurt, so I'm thinking it probably isn't the chest that I know, and I know that things that hurt are usually on your body. So I'm going to figure out that that chest probably means something to do with somewhere on your body. If the person happened to be pointing or holding their chest as they said it, then I've got a good clue about where on my body it is. But I had to use knowledge of the object, the word, the one I knew already, and the other words in the sentence and the context to figure it out. And when you're a young child learning language, when you've got some language difficulties, when you may have had hearing impairment in the past or you have it currently, and you haven't picked up language as incidentally as other people, you sometimes need more help, and these made more explicit. So we're going to show you a way that you can develop a chart to help children understand both meanings, to compare them, to see how they're used in different contexts. You don't need a particular chart. You literally can do this with a piece of paper and a pen. It's about drawing it out. It's about explaining them. It's about exploring the context that you use the word in. You could jump on the computer and try and find images for each one of the meanings with the child. It doesn't have to be in this format. It's just an example of a good way of showing the information. So this is our multiple meaning chart for the word train. And we've got two boxes here because we're focusing on two meanings. Some words have got three meanings or more even. If you want to focus on all of them at the same time, that's fine, but you might want to start with two and then add the third more complex or abstract meaning in later. That's absolutely fine. You can see here that ours are colour-coded for the noun and the verb. This is great to emphasise the way the word is used in a sentence. And a lot of schools use colour coding systems for these, so that's great to go with those if you do. Then you'll start with the one that the child knows best or has a better sense of. So in this case, the noun. So we've got the fact that it's a noun, then we've got a definition, then we've got a picture to help reinforce the meaning, and then we've got an example in a sentence of how the word would be used in a sentence. I'm going to London on the train. The train came into the station on time. My dad goes to work on the train. Something like that, trying to generate as many sentences as you can so that they are practicing how to start it in a sentence. That's a really important part of vocabulary learning, is actually being able to use the word in a sentence and understand how it works within the sentence. Then you come on to the one that they don't know so well, which is the verb to train, another definition, and then there was no one picture to represent that we could think of. So we came up with three examples in sentences and we put pictures with them. I will train my mum to use a switch. The boy trained the dog to sit down when he said sit. My dad is going to train to run a marathon. Trying to use sentences that mean something to the child, relate to their situation and their life and their interests, or something that they've been learning at school, is really helpful because it helps them to see how they could use that word in their everyday experiences. The more examples, the better. Then to make this more of an active process, once you've worked this through together and made it up together, the next time you revisit it, you could cut it up and use a blank template for the child to take the pieces and allocate them to the right right meaning of the word, just to make sure that they're starting to get the hang of, oh, well, that one's definitely the verb, so that goes over there, that one's the noun, that goes over there. Read that example and say, oh, I know it goes with the verb version, or I know it goes with the noun version. So I hope that gives you a sense of how you can explore these multiple meanings, make them visual, and explore the meaning a little bit deeper so that you're getting true understanding. I would suggest that from now on you just start spotting them and maybe making a book, keeping a notebook, or keeping a document going on the computer where you put some of these on. The key is always to revisit. So the way they get stuck and really established is to revisit them regularly and just drop in and check that they have been established. We've also done a set of jokes that have multiple meaning words in them, which is why they are funny, because they're a play on the word. And so you could take one at a time and talk together about why they're funny and what's the two meanings of the word that's being pulled on there. So I hope that gives you some ideas for multiple meanings, and we will see you again soon for another video.